Hello, everybody. We are live at the 2025 Eastern Maine Sportsman Show at the New Balance Field House at the University of Maine in Orono. I am absolutely pleased to be here with the sponsor of the PCCA Podcast, Corey Kinney from New England Mechanical Overlay. How are you, Corey?
Hi. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So, what gave you the idea that maybe you and New England Mechanical Overlay would like to do something like this and venture into the outdoor industry?
I think me and you had a few conversations that we wanted information to go to people with no strings attached. Like we had no ulterior motives or agendas to push. It was bringing things, ideas to further the industry, kids, whatever it may be, but to further it in a good way, not ourselves or other things. But everything costs money. Everything. And I knew the owners from Nemo they would be hands off. They wouldn't want anything for it. Just were like, they both love the outdoors and would be like, yeah, we'll be a part of that. Well, what do they need? Let's help make it happen. And I went and saw them, and they were all smiles. Where do we send the check?
That's fantastic. We can't thank New England Mechanical Overlay enough, and you personally. You and I actually go back a little bit with Maine deer hunters, and I think you and I did one of the very first, live feeds or podcasts that we've ever done on Maine deer hunters, and we did it on food plots.
Yeah.
And you and I have been kind of, throwing these ideas around on how we can get good information out about our outdoor heritage and namely basically deer habitat, food plots, and basically how to improve the land that you have. But beyond that, I think more than anything was our involvement with youth.
Absolutely. Yeah, we that was never an option when we talked. It was like, okay, my kids are not kids anymore, but I miss that. And there's a gap in the youth getting into this. And when I heard that what you were starting and you were bringing them in, it's like, well, they need the next step, which is get them out there hunting, get them out there pulling the trigger, even not pulling the trigger is part of it. And it all come together perfectly. It was like the perfect storm in a good way.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I guess if it was anything I would push, and they didn't ask me to do this, Nemo, that, if you're a skilled tradesman and you're a pipe fitter, boilermaker, tube welder, they have careers and they understand family because they're family owned. And if you need time off, or this is your hunting season time, or your kid has a birthday, they're like family first. And in big business, that's not how it goes. You're committed, and you should, and then you feel like you should be committed. So it's a good thing. They're based out of Pittsfield, New Hampshire, but they have work all through New England, even Maine. I'm home quite a bit working for them, so check them out. They're on Facebook. They're out of Pittsfield, New Hampshire, and if you're a tradesman, take a look. They need help. They need good people, and most of their bosses and best workers come out of Maine. So it's not going to be a guarantee, but they see that in people. And it's the same thing with the hunting heritage. It's deep in Maine, and it can't be lost. And there's moments there where you think to yourself, is it being lost a little here? What can we do to speed it up a little bit? And you're trying to speed it up, and I've told you that you're doing a good thing.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you. And that when you told me that New England Mechanical Overlay wanted to partner with us in this effort, one of the things that you know is that PCCA is geared towards getting our youth into the outdoors, whether that be through hunter safety, through fishing programs, through hunting programs. We started an archery program, which is going amazing. How this archery program took off is just it's shocking to us all, really. And one of the good things that really come out of that is we found a need with parents coming up to us and said, hey, my child wants to get into hunting or get into fishing, but we're not really into the outdoors. How do we get them involved? And we said, we think we can help with that. And one of the things that I can't thank you enough for personally is you opened up your property to us, to PCCA, and our mentorship program, and we actually took a young lady out for 2 hunts on your property.
It was fun. I was a guide and outfitter for a lot of years, and I had grown men that had very bad attitudes that I ran into, and she was not one of those ones. When I saw her wonderful attitude, she didn't harvest. In her words, how she carried herself, her smiling, skipping, not just into the blinds, skipping back to the car with a good attitude, I think I looked at you and said, she'll be out here some more, and I'll get her on to some more places. This is what we need, What was her little one-liner she gave you when she didn't get something? What was it?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. We had Bob Humphrey, he's the founder of Maine Deer Hunters Facebook group, up for to do a talk at one of our dinner meetings at PCCA. And one of the things that he talked about was how difficult it can be to hunt in Maine sometimes because the success rate is really, really low. And he just said, you know what, that's just part of hunting. It's just the way it is. And after this particular hunt with little Song Yi, her mother said to her, I hope you're not too disappointed. And she said, nope, that's just how hunting is.
Yeah, I looked at my wife and I said, my wife's spot is like special. It's her spot. My friends asked if they can hunt her spot. Not happening. My children, not happening. And I looked at my wife and I was like, I think she needs to hunt your spot next year on Youth Day. And she was like, yeah, I think so too. And it's kind of the deer factory. So yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah, it really is. And it's one thing for us to go out and be successful in our hunts, and we know the feeling that we get. It's a great feeling. But to be able to take a youth out, and whether they're able to harvest an animal or not, that's not what makes it a success. What makes it a success is you're out there, they're learning, they're enjoying nature, and they just have fun doing it.
The best memories I have are we'd take our boys out of school. We didn't ask permission. We took them out every year for a week, from 10 years old all the way through. And that was our time, the memories, the fun, getting deer, not getting deer, missing deer. We just were constantly thinking about it or reliving it. It's memories. Some memories can be rough. Some memories can be great. Some memories have laughing. Some memories have tears, right?
Yep.
Like I watched my son, I won't name which one, miss a monster. And there was tears, and they weren't tears of joy. But we still laugh about that memory, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And when you're sharing it with the people you love, or even bringing families that don't hunt into that realm and showing them that and putting food on the table, especially this day and age, it's a beautiful thing.
Yep, it really is. And, we can't thank you and New England Mechanical Overlay enough for being a part of this. Our program is only going to grow bigger and better with your involvement and your partnership. We really, really appreciate it. And we are here at the 85th Annual Eastern Maine Sportsman Show at the New Balance Field House in Orono, and this show has actually been going on since 1933. There was a little break for World War II, and then a little break during COVID, but for 85 years we've been here doing this show with the Penobscot County Conservation Association that puts this show on. And we're going to come back a little bit later on, and we're going to talk about the history of this show with some folks that have actually been running this show for 50 years, which to me, you know, to do
Anything that lasts that long.
anything to last that long, and to have folks doing that for that long is just amazing to me.
Anytime you see a long track record, there's a reason.
Yep. Well, thank you so much, everybody, and we will see you a little bit later on. Have a great afternoon. Awesome. Thank you so much.
I told you we'd get it. We got it.
I've been